You're tearing me apart, Lisa! The Room, released in 2003 and is directed and starring Tommy Wiseau. I'm going to be doing this whole review with a grin on my face. I can't get it off. So, The Room. Oh boy. Like I said in my last video, this movie has been recommended and recommended and recommended to me because I started this YouTube channel. When I tell people that, hey, I have a YouTube channel called Caleb Watches Movies, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Everyone, almost everyone says, have you seen The Room? And I always tell them that, no, I purchased this movie last Christmas and I've just never gotten around to seeing it. And everyone says, oh, God, it's so bad. And you know what? Yep, they're right. So I am doing this review in honor of all of you that has just strongly recommended you have to see The Room. It's like a rite of passage for a movie reviewer. You're not really a movie reviewer until you've seen the worst movie ever made. But I'm also doing this in honor of the new movie called The Disaster Artist, which is in theaters, I think, December 8th. It is a dramatization about the making of The Room, directed and starring James Franco, who looks absolutely perfect as Tommy Wiseau. It looks absolutely hilarious, and it looks like a great story about this guy who was told, no, you can't do it, you can't achieve your dream, and he goes out and ends up achieving his dream just in an unconventional way. And I love stories like that. It's the underdog story, you know, someone who was down in the dumps, thought you couldn't do anything, and then ends up achieving their goal. And I'll never bash anyone for trying to achieve their dream. We all have dreams and we all strive to get them. Now that's the plot of The Disaster Artist. With this review, I have to solely base my review on The Room movie. So with that being said, this is the worst movie ever made. This is way worse than those softcore porn shows that are on HBO and Cinemax. And I say that because this movie starts and we immediately get a sex scene with Tommy Wiseau, who plays Johnny, and Lisa. I'm not even gonna bother to learn the actress's name. It's not worth it. But before it actually happens, this weird kid by the name of Denny comes in and he's talking about, oh, you guys are great. You guys are the best. No, it's fine. I like watching you. Again, I'm gonna have a grin on my face this whole review. I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to do a plot summary, so... plot. Well, there's this guy named Johnny, who I guess is the greatest person alive on the planet, and he has a future wife by the name of Lisa. They live together, but I guess Lisa now hates Johnny, like, a lot? I mean, even though she has 2 sex scenes with him in the first 26 minutes. Yeah, take that, Johnny, that'll teach you. So she wants to move on, and I guess she wants to move on to Johnny's best friend, Mark? Why? We never find out. She just does, okay? God, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But we learn this motivation when they start having sex with each other. One of the sex scenes in the first 26 minutes, may I remind you. Oh, and then these 2 random people show up and start screwing again in the first 26 minutes. That's right, we have 4 sex scenes in the first 26 minutes of this movie. God. And I don't even know how we got these sex scenes, because Johnny is definitely having sex with Lisa's belly button. I mean, he's just, he's nowhere close. But gosh, I guess he loves acting a sex scene out. Just moaning all the time. So this whole film is really about Lisa turning her back on Johnny, and then Mark having to make the decision, oh, do I want to be with Lisa, or do I want to have a friendship with Johnny? Who is the best? I really don't know. These characters' emotions just shift, like, every 2 minutes. God. Looking at myself in the monitor, it looks like I'm crying, but I'm crying out of pure joy of this torture. This movie is just so hard to put into words. This movie comes across like it was made by someone who really loves movies, really wanted to make movies, and had no idea how to make movies. This script that Tommy Wiseau wrote, by the way, is atrocious. Everything is just so surface level. There's no meat to these characters at all. We never find out where these characters come from. We never find out what their professions are. And we really don't know what their relationships are all about. But we do know that everyone who randomly shows up in this movie just loves Johnny. Everyone that Lisa talks to in this movie about how much she hates Johnny all retorts with her saying about how Johnny is just the greatest person ever and he's a fantastic provider for you. You know, because you can't take care of yourself, you need to have a provider and a future husband and a future wife. Love it. And I'm not kidding. Every scene is like that. So what is the point of this scene, Tommy? Well, I really want to convey how great Johnny is for Lisa. Okay, yeah, I see. And how about this one? Well, Johnny is a really great guy, so I really want to get that across to audience. And each one of these scenes that these conversations happen in are like 3 minutes long. Every scene, Lisa comes up, answers the door, and the friend or the mother comes in, they sit down, Lisa talks about how horrible Johnny is or how much she hates Johnny and she's gonna leave him. And then the friend or the mother says, oh, no, don't do that. He's fantastic. He's great at his job. He's a great provider. And then they just leave. Every single scene. And it's never established why these characters' opinions matter to Lisa or to the plot. But in one of these scenes, we find out that her mother definitely has breast cancer. God, let me set the scene for you. They're sitting on this love seat couch. Lisa's talking about how much she hates Johnny. And the mother is there being all sympathetic. Oh, woe is me, but be with Johnny. He's fantastic. Oh, God, I just feel like I'm gonna die eventually. And Lisa says, no, you're not gonna die. And then it cuts back to the mother. And it comes out of nowhere. She's drinking her tea, and she says, no, the test came back, and I definitely have breast cancer. What? Where did that come from? But the best thing about it is that it's never touched upon anywhere else in the movie. I don't know, I think dropping an atom bomb like, hey, I have breast cancer is a pretty big deal. But not as important as how great Johnny is. Oh God, my head hurts from laughing. I watched this interview that was on the DVD with Tommy Wiseau, and he was talking about how proud he is of this movie and how it was a story that he just wanted to tell. What story? What, that you want everyone to know how awesome you are, and if you don't think that, you're an absolute dick? She is a double-crossing dick who is irredeemable. I hate Johnny, but I'm gonna put on my happy face and go back to fucking you, Johnny, and then I'm gonna go back to having an affair with Mark, who is also a dick. Lisa keeps pressuring him into having sex with her. Mark keeps saying like, no, we can't. Johnny's great, we can't do that to him. And then starts having sex with her like 30 seconds later. I mean, not that she had to do much to convince him. I mean, all she had to do was just look at him. And he goes, okay. These people are terrible. There is no character development to let the audience in as to why Lisa is cheating on him or why Mark is cheating on his best friend. It's lazy writing. But I'm very proud of this story. I just have to assume that Wiseau wrote this in one draft and had no one look at it or edit it. I mean, basically the George Lucas method of script writing. And this ensemble cast, where did these guys come from? Hey, you man, walking down the street. You want to be in my movie? Okay. We just have random people showing up in these scenes and you go like, whoa. Wait, who is this guy? They're just there. They just pop up. Who? What? Why? How? But it is because of this terrible writing that we get some of the best lines that have ever been said on screen. I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Why did you do this, Denny? Why? Don't even ask. Anyway, how's your sex life? That's how I can tell this film was written by a 3-year-old, because that line, don't even ask, is said in every single scene. Characters will be talking about something important, and then one of the characters will say, oh, whatever, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. These characters are children. Hello, can I get a dozen red roses, please? That's me. Oh, thanks. Hello, doggy. Oh, God, this movie. In the end, The Room is what people say it is. It's the worst movie ever. But I cannot recommend it enough. If anything, as an example of what not to do when creating a movie. These characters are terrible due to the lack of development and reasons as to why they're even in the scenes. This is an amateurish attempt at creating a film. I think it's clear to me that Tommy Wiseau made this movie so that he can tell people how amazing he is, and so that he can have belly button sex with someone. I will say, they exploit Lisa to death in this movie. It is. And apparently Wiseau thinks that every sex scene in a movie is done while it's raining, even though it's daytime and it's perfectly sunny out. There's candles and there's rose petals. Just everywhere. I would say that half of this movie is so bad, it's absolutely hilarious. And then the other half, it's bad because it's bad, and I don't want to watch it. Now, after I see The Disaster Artist, I might change my outlook on viewing this movie. But until that time, I have to judge this on the immediate movie viewing experience. So the lowest score I can give on my Blu-ray system is half a Blu-ray, but I don't even think this movie deserves that. So I think I'm going to do something a little different with this one. In honor of my favorite line from this movie, I'm going to give this movie 5 out of 5 mammograms.
I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
It's the best line. Everyone talks about how oh, I did not hit her, it's not true, and you'll tear me apart, Lisa lines. No one told me about the breast cancer one. If you don't want to spend the money on the DVD, at least look up the hilarious clips on YouTube of The Room. You don't need to get any of the plot at all, just listen to the lines and listen to the delivery. But I will say you are missing out if you don't pick up the DVD, because when you do, you get a nice little postcard of Tommy Wiseau's face. And it's a catalog to purchase his underwear. I definitely have breast cancer. All right, everyone. Now comes my favorite part in my videos, where I randomly select which movie I'm going to be watching next. Let's take a look. Oh, man. All right. A movie that definitely doesn't suck. Catch Me If You Can. Steven Spielberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks. This is a great formula for a great movie. It's very rare that I actually catch this movie from start to end. And I'm super pumped to watch it and review it for all of you. So everyone, have you seen The Room? If you have, what did you think about it? Comment below, let me know what you thought. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. And also thank you to everyone who recommended that I see this movie. I feel like a movie reviewer, like an official YouTuber now. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Catch Me If You Can. In the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.